Hello everyone, this is Orion, Kilo Echo 7 Victor Lima Charlie for the Mesa Amateur Radio Club, and this video is primarily for our upcoming trip, the Winter Field Day trip. The purpose of this video is not to go over the rules or anything of that nature. It's to basically give club members an idea as to where we're going to be at, what's going to be expected of them, and hopefully this will be just an informative video that we'll eventually take down once Winter Field Day is done and over with. Anyways, as you can see behind us, prepare for winter conditions. Now, winter conditions in Arizona is probably going to be mid 70s during the daytime, and low 40s to upper 30s at nighttime. All right. We are going to be on Lake Roosevelt, so it's probably going to be a little bit on the windy side, so be prepared for a little bit of wind, a little bit of breeziness, and just overall, be prepared. Dress warm, make sure you have the right food, right equipment, things of that nature. This is all what you guys are going to be required to bring with you when you come out, okay? Now, we're going to go over a little bit about Winter Field Day is basically like the ARRL Field Day. All right, it's not really too much different, other than the fact that we're not doing like Class Alpha, Class Bravo, etc. Okay, it's going to be outdoor, indoors, etc. We're going to be an outdoor club, okay, because everything that we're going to be doing this whole entire trip is going to be outdoors. But we'll have a copy of the rules when we're up there, but I strongly suggest that everybody go out and find the Winter Field Day website. All right, so let's start there first. So Winter Field Day, just go to Google, GOOGLE.com, and type in Winter Field Day. Okay, the very first thing that's going to come up is winterfieldday.com. Okay, if you want to remember, winterfieldday.com is the website. All right, there is, as you can see on the page right here, there is a rules section. Now the rules are PDF, meaning that they're going to download. You're going to have to open them up, and my recommendation is take the time, read them. All right. Now, I'm not going to go through every single rule or anything of that nature. They are allowing clubs to basically do, remote operations. Our club is not going to participate in that. So if you want to participate, you're going to have to come on up. All right, we're not really set up to do it. I would have to go through exactly how to set up. Now, quite honestly, if you want to, we will just send us an email and we'll go right ahead and give you permission. But you need to send us an email, and you need to know how to fill out your appropriate forms, the Cabrillo format in your software. All right, we use the N3FJP software. So what we're going to do is we're going to have basically Mesa ARC is going to be the club name. We're not going to do WM7RC as the club name in the Cabrillo, all right? Because down here, as you can see right here, there is a club area. So in here, what you're going to do for the club name is Mesa ARC. Mesa ARC, all one word, MESAARC. All right, because if you don't do that, then it's not going to be counted towards us. All right, so if you feel like operating from home and you understand exactly how to make the adjustments in your in your format and everything, you could go right ahead and do so. All right, we're not going to, but be understanding that we are going to be operating in an outdoor setting, so that means that you need to follow the exact same settings that we're going to be doing. All right, so anyways, my suggestion is go out to the winterfieldday.com and print out the rules and read them. All right. as far as where we're going to be located at, okay, here's the map of basically the Phoenix Valley. Okay, you got Glendale, Peoria, Surprise, Sun City, you got Scottsdale, you got Tempe, you got Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, Apache Junction. Okay, up here at Lake Roosevelt. All right, so you can take either the 87 out all the way up to the cutoff right here off of Beeline to the 188 and come down. Or if you want to, you could go through Globe and come on up this way. Be advised, we are not at the Grapevine Group Campground. We are, again, not at the Grapevine Group Campground. So don't go there. All right, that's where we usually go. But due to COVID, we are not going to be there this year. They closed that campground down. You know, COVID rules, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we're going to be at the Cholla campground right here. It's going to be at the north end of the lake. Okay. We're going to be in the Kane site, and my site is, I think, 167, I believe. Frank's site is 169. And be advised that this is a single site campground, meaning you are going to have to pay for your own way in. All right. Visitors. This is very highly important that you pay attention to this. You need to park in this upper parking lot and then walk down. All right. You might have to pay. I think it's like $8 for a day use. But there is a fee station right here. As you enter in, you could get out and make your payment and everything. All right. So those of you who are going to be camping, there are first come first serve campgrounds or campsites in here. But I'm just gonna say this right now. We cannot guarantee. We as a club, as the Mesa Amateur Radio Club, cannot guarantee that there's going to be spots open. So if you want to, you need to go to the recreation.gov website, find the Kane Campground in Cholla Recreation site, and reserve one. Otherwise, you're going to be camping wherever there's going to be availability. All right. And let me put it this way. All the odd number campsites are reservable. Even number campsites are first come, first serve. So if you get up here and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to camp right next to you guys or something of that nature, and you get up there and there's already somebody there, you may or may not be able to get those sites. All right. So just be advised. All right. Now, parking for visitors. Again, you need to, when you come in here, after you come to the pay site, first right, you come into this to this little parking lot here. This is where you need to park. If you drive down expecting to be able to park down here, we may have issues with park staff. Park staff may end up coming over saying you're going to have to leave or something of that nature. So again, visitors, you need to park in this upper parking lot and walk down. All right. Because there may not necessarily be space down here. As you can see, the two spaces that we've got down here are basically pull along sites. They're not back in sites. And I'll tell you right now, if you come down here and you're going, well, I'm just going to be here for the day for a couple hours, and you pull into one of these campgrounds, the campground host may come down and verify whether or not you've actually got a reservation for the campground. And if not, they'll ask you to leave. All right. So I'm just going to point this out right now. You need to be prepared for either paying for a campground or park up here and walk down. All right. Pets must be on a leash. All right. Usually whenever we have a group campground, we let our dogs, we allow dogs freely to roam, as long as they're not being a nuisance or anybody complaining about it. But again, this is not a group campground. All right. This is individual campgrounds, individual sites. That means you are required to follow by the campground rules. So I can't stress this enough, just because this is a big change from our normal routine. All right. With that being said, don't expect a lot of operation being done. I mean, we're gonna be on the air. We're gonna be getting on the air, but as far as having like a new ham, um, sit down and training and things of that nature like we typically do, we're not going to be doing those. Okay. It is going to be basically you might see us operating, you might not see us operating. If you want to get on the air and you want somebody, you come over and you ask one of us, and we'll get you on the air and everything, and sit down and do a little bit of coaching and everything. But typically on these events, we typically allow you to bring your own radio and stuff of that nature. If you're going to be a visitor for just the day, then my recommendation is for you to basically set up here in the parking lot and operate out of here. Don't expect to come down here and be able to operate from any of our stations or anything like that. It's just, and the reason why I'm stressing this is just because we don't know the campground hosts at this place. This is the first time we've been here, and we are a club where we try to respect others. And this is the reason why we try to do group campgrounds, is so we can make our own noise over in our little area there, and we can keep our operations separate from everybody else. And unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not going to be able to do that. So, again, my recommendation is come over here to winterfieldday.com, download the rules, double check, read through them, make sure you have an understanding of it, and then feel free to come on up. We may or may not be on the local repeater. The local repeater would be the Rimlink system. So Mount Ord would be the primary repeater that we'd be on. I do know that I will have my radio on, but I may or may not necessarily hear you. You'll probably have to either call my call sign, Kilo Echo 7 Victor Lima Charlie, or the club call sign, Whiskey Mike 7 Romeo Charlie. And, if we answer, we answer. I'm not going to guarantee that we'll have somebody sitting there monitoring the radio all the time. Feel free to come out. Feel free to, enjoy camping. It's going to be nice weather for camping, rather than, field day where it's 120 million degrees outside and everybody's sweating, and this is going to be a much cooler weather scenario. So hope to see you out there. I'm going to be posting this video up, and then we'll take it down after Winter Field Day is done and over with. Again, I can only stress that visitors, you need to park in this upper parking lot here. Okay, if you want to pay. If you don't, that's all on you. The last time I was there for about an hour and a half, and I didn't see a single ranger, and nobody asked me if I paid or anything. So you may or may not be able to get by with it. My recommendation is go right ahead and stop off at the pay center, get the pay the $8 or whatever it is to get in. Come in, park, walk down, visit with us, for a couple hours or whatever. There's no real set rules as to when we're going to be operating, when we're not going to be operating. We don't even know who's all really coming. I know that it's going to be myself and Frank. I think Chad may or may not be there. I know there's a couple others that said that they were going to be coming, but I haven't heard from them in a while. Vinny just changed his job, so he may come up for just the day or whatever. But again, it's going to be a free-for-all. If you want to come up and go camping, make sure that you either reserve the campground ahead of time or come in, find your campground, and come up and pay for it. Do the appropriate thing, all right? Well, 73s to everyone. Hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, and hope to see you out there.